Dear students, welcome to our second lecture of unit number 3, interfacial tension, and the topics for today's lecture is surface free energy and spreading coefficient. So, firstly we will discuss about the surface free energy. So, what is surface free energy? As I have told you in the previous lecture that due to the surface tension, the in a liquid molecule, the molecule will try to acquire or try to attain a minimum surface area. Okay. And this surface area can only be increased by doing some work or by some work done against the force at the surface. So, the work done or the force that is required to increase the area of the liquid by 1 square centimeter is called as the surface free energy. Okay. That is called surface free energy. In the previous lecture, I have told you about the surface tension, because of which the liquid tries to attain a minimum surface area, and if we want to increase that surface area, then certain work should be done against the forces acting on the surface. So, the work done or the force that is required to increase the area of the liquid by 1 square centimeter is known as the surface free energy. Okay. So, this energy increases when the surface of the same mass of liquid increases, and therefore, this is called as the surface free energy. So, what is surface free energy? The energy or the force or the work done that is required to increase the area of the liquid by 1 square centimeter. Okay. As per the definition, surface free energy is equal to the surface tension, and this we can study by a derivation, and in this we will take a rectangular wire, that is ABCD. We have a rectangular wire, this is A, B, C and D. This length of AD is equal to L. This length is L. In this, BC arm is fixed, but AD arm is movable. This AD arm is movable arm. Okay. This arm is movable. When we force certain force in this or certain work is done against this arm AD, then there will be an increase in the surface area. Then this AD arm will be stretched. Okay. We are taking a rectangular wire, that is ABCD, rectangular frame we are considering, and this is ABCD. In this, AD is L, this length is equal to L, BC arm is fixed, but AD is movable arm. Okay. When we place a film or when we place a drop of soap solution over this frame, then this soap will spread over this frame. Okay. And when we apply certain force or certain work on this arm AD, then it will there will be an increase in distance, and this increase in surface area is represented by the D. Then there will be an increase in the surface area, and this distance is D, and the force that is acting on this arm is represented by the F. okay, and this is A dash and D dash. When we are applying certain work done or certain force on this arm AD, this AD arm will be pulled in and there will be an increase in surface area, and that increase in surface area is represented by the D, and this arm from AD moves to the A dash and D dash. Okay. When forces is applied the downward, the soap film will get stretched as the movable arm AD goes to the movable arm AD expands until it break down. Okay. So, when the applied force is less than that is required for the breaking, the film would retract on account of its surface tension. Okay. And if force is applied on the AD arm, because of the downward component, it shifts movable arm to the A dash D dash. Okay. And work done is equal to the force into distance. Okay. The work done that we are doing on this will be equal to the F into D. So, it is equivalent to the surface tension gamma. So, work done, it is represented by the W is equal to the F into D. F is the force that we are applying on the movable arm AD to increase the surface of the soap film, and D is the distance, that is distance moved by the movable arm AD to AD dash. Okay. This distance is D, and the force or work that we have done on this is F. So, W is equal to W is work done equal to F into D. F is force and D is distance, increase in distance. Now, coming on the what is force? Force that acts against the surface tension is the above force acts against the surface tension. So, F is equal to the gamma multiplied by 2L. Why 2L? Because we have two arms. In this rectangular arm, this is length L and this is length L. So, this force is acting against the two arms. So, this is 2L. D is equal to the 2L and F is equivalent to the surface tension. When we are putting this equation into this, then W equal to gamma into 2L into D. Okay. We are putting this the value of this equation into this equation, then F will be gamma into 2L and W is equal to gamma into 2L into D. This is the equation 1 and this is the 2. By putting equation 2 into 1, by putting equation 2 into 1, W is equal to gamma into 2L into D. This 2L into D will represent the increase in surface area, and that is represented by the delta A. Okay. And this work done will represent the surface free energy. W is the work done or surface free energy increase, that is expressed by the delta G, and the unit of delta G is arcs or millijoule per square meter. Okay. So, what is surface free energy? It is defined as the work required to increase the area of the liquid by 1 square centimeter. Okay. We are considering a rectangular wire frame A, B, C, D, and when we place the soap film on this, the soap will form a film over this rectangular wire, and when we apply certain force, this film will pulled inward, downward. Okay. And there will be a movement, that the movable arm will shift from AD to A dash D dash. okay, and the force that we are applying is represented by F, and the distance that is increased, or the distance between the A dash D dash to AD is D. Okay. So, work done will be equal to the F into D, and F is represented by surface tension into 2L. Why 2L? Because there is 2 surface. Okay. And when we put this equation 2 into 1, it will form W is equal to gamma into 2L into D, and 2L into D is delta A. What is delta A? This is the increase in surface area. Okay. So, W is the work done or surface free energy increase. So, it can be represented by delta G. So, delta G is equal to gamma into delta A. Okay. And the unit of delta G is Ergs. Next is application of surface free energy. What are the different application of surface free energy? This surface free energy is applicable in case of adsorption of gases on the solid surface. It is applicable in case of physical instability of suspension. It has also application in case of thermodynamic instability of emulsions. So, these are the processes in which there is application of surface free energy. Next concept is spreading coefficient. What do you mean by spreading coefficient? Spreading coefficient is what? It is the difference between the work of adhesion and the work of cohesion. Okay. Now, what is the work of adhesion and what is the work of cohesion? In the previous lecture, I have told you about two forces, and the forces were cohesive forces and adhesive forces. So, co means same, cohesive is cohesive, co means same. So, the forces that exist between the like molecule or between the same molecules are known as cohesive forces, and the molecules which exist between the unlike molecules are known as adhesive forces. Okay. In the same format, there are work of cohesion and work of adhesion. Okay. So, what is work of cohesion? The energy required to separate the molecules of the spreading liquid, okay, is known as the work of cohesion. And what is work of adhesion? It is the energy required to bring out the adhesion between the unlike molecules. Okay. Means the energy required to break the adhesive forces of the molecules is known as the work of adhesion, and the difference between these two forces, difference between these two, work of cohesion and work of adhesion, represents the spreading coefficient. Okay. When we are placing a drop of oleic acid on the surface of a liquid, it will spread as a film, and this spreading is spontaneous, and if it is spontaneous, then surface free energy will reduced. Okay. So, there is a two concept, work of cohesion and work of adhesion, and the difference between these work is known as the spreading coefficient. So, firstly we will discuss about work of cohesion. What is work of cohesion? It is the energy required to separate the molecules of the spreading liquid. For example, oleic acid. In this we are considering, we are placing a drop of oleic acid on the surface of the liquid. So, oleic acid molecule is the spreading liquid. Oleic acid is spreading on the liquid surface. So, oleic acid is the spreading liquid, and the energy required to separate the molecules of the oleic acid is known as the work of cohesion. Okay. See, we are considering a cylinder, hypothetical cylinder. It is representing the oleic acid. Okay, it has area of 1 square centimeter. Okay. So, work that is required or the energy that is required to separate these molecule, of spreading liquid is known as the work of cohesion. Okay. This is represented by L. So, the surface tension it will be gamma L, and if we are separating this, then there will be two surface, this is L, this is L, there will be 2L, the surface tension of this will be gamma L and this will be gamma L. Okay. So, work of cohesion will be gamma L plus gamma L, means 2 gamma L. The work of cohesion we will represent by WC. This WC is work of cohesion and is equal to 2 gamma L. Why? Because there are two surfaces. So, gamma L plus gamma L, it will be 2 gamma L. So, work of cohesion will equal to the 2 gamma L. Next, we are considering work of adhesion. So, what is work of adhesion? It is the energy required to bring about the adhesion between the unlike molecule. Okay. There is another cylinder. In this we are considering the film of oleic acid, and this is water molecule. Okay. So, there is unlike molecule and there will be adhesive forces. So, to separate the energy required to separate these adhesive forces, or the energy required to bring about the adhesion between the two unlike molecules will be called as work of adhesion. When we will apply certain energy to differentiate these two molecules, it will be called as, this is L and this is S. Okay. There are two surfaces. The surface tension of this will be gamma L, the surface tension of this will be gamma S, and the surface tension of this interface between L and S will be represented by gamma L S. Okay. So, work of adhesion will be represented by WA and it is equal to the gamma L plus gamma S minus gamma L S. Okay. The surface tension of this gamma L plus surface tension of this gamma S minus the interfacial tension of these two face minus gamma L S. So, as per the definition, what is spreading coefficient? It is the difference between the work of cohesion and work of adhesion. Okay. When the adhesive forces are more, then there will be spreading. Okay. Then the spreading coefficient will be positive. So, spreading coefficient is equal to the difference between the work of adhesion and the work of cohesion. So, it will be gamma L plus gamma S minus gamma L S. This is the work of adhesion minus work of cohesion, it is 2 gamma L. Okay. So, gamma L plus gamma S minus gamma L S minus 2 gamma L. This is 1, this is 2, minus 2. So, gamma S minus 2 minus 1, 1, gamma S minus gamma L minus gamma L S. Okay. Gamma S minus, bracket will be input gamma L plus gamma L S. Okay. So, spreading coefficient will be equal to gamma S minus gamma L plus gamma L S. If the value of this is greater, then the spreading coefficient will be positive and there will spreading will occur, and if this value is less than this, then the spreading coefficient will be, the value of spreading coefficient will be negative and spreading will not occur. Okay. And spreading occurs when S is positive, when the surface tension of the sublayer liquid is greater than the sum of the surface tension of the spreading liquid and the interfacial tension between the sublayer and the spreading liquid. Okay. Spreading will only occur when the surface tension of sublayer is higher as compared to the sum of the surface tension of liquid plus surface tension of liquid and the sublayer. Okay. And if this value is smaller than this, then S will be negative and spreading does not occur. Okay. And at after some time, this surface will get saturated. The oleic acid and liquid will try to mix with each other and there can be saturation, and at that time this value of S will be negative, and when this value is negative, then there will be a lens formation as seen in the diagram. There will be a lens formation. The value of gamma L plus gamma Ls is larger than the gamma S, then S is negative and the substance will forms globules or a floating lens and fails to spread over the surface. It will form like a lens like this, and it will fail to spread. Okay. Next is factors affecting the spreading coefficient. So, there are certain factors that affect the spreading coefficient value. For example, polarity of the molecule. Greater the polarity of the molecule, the more positive is S, or the more is the spreading coefficient. For example, ethyl alcohol and propionic acid. Okay. In case of non-polar substance, there will be less spreading coefficient. The value of S will be negative and they will fail to spread on the water. For example, liquid petrolatum. In case of organic acid, as oleic acid, the longer the carbon chain decreases the polar character and decreases the value of spreading coefficient and decreases the value of S. There are some oils that can spread over the water because they contain the polar groups such as carboxylic acid or OH groups. There will be more spreading coefficient. Okay. Let us have a recap about the surface free energy. So, what is surface free energy? It is defined as the work required to increase the area of the liquid by 1 square centimeter. And this I have told you about with the help of an example. We are considering a rectangular wire frame, that is A, B, C, D, and on this frame I am putting a drop of soap, and this soap will form a film over this rectangular frame. And when we are applying certain force on this arm, the AD arm is movable arm and BC arm is fixed arm. Okay. The length of this arm is L, and when we are applying certain force on this arm, this arm will stretch, the film will stretch, and the arm AD will shift to A dash D dash, and the distance between these arm AD and A dash D dash is represented by the D, and the force that is applied on this movable arm is represented by the F. Okay. So, surface free energy, as I have told you previously, it is equivalent to the surface tension, that is gamma. So, work done is equal to the F into D, and this F is equal to gamma into 2L. Why 2L? Because it is acting on, there are two surfaces of the rectangular wire frame. So, F is equal to gamma into 2L, and by putting this equation 2 into equation 1, it will become W is equal to gamma into 2L into D. This 2L into D will represent the increase in surface area. that is represented by the delta A, and W expresses the work done or surface free energy increase. It is the increase in surface free energy. So, it will be represented by the delta G, and the unit of this delta G is ergs. Okay. So, delta G is equal to gamma into delta A, and here come the definition that the surface free energy is defined as the work required to increase the area of the liquid by 1 square centimeter. Okay. So, this surface free energy is application in case of adsorption of solid on the liquid interface, in case of physical instability of suspension, and in case of thermodynamic instability of emulsion. Next is spreading coefficient. In case of spreading coefficients, there are two types of work done, that is work of adhesion and work of cohesion. What is work of cohesion? The energy required to separate the molecules of spreading liquid is known as the work of cohesion, and the energy required to bring out the adhesion between the unlike molecule is called as the work of adhesion. Okay. So, spreading coefficient value will be difference between the work of adhesion and the work of cohesion. So, work of adhesion value is gamma L plus gamma S minus gamma Ls, W A minus W C, gamma L plus gamma S minus gamma Ls, minus work of cohesion is equal to 2 gamma L, and it will become gamma S minus gamma L minus gamma Ls. If the value of this gamma S is more as compared to the surface tension of liquid and the interfacial tension of liquid and sublayer, then the value of S will be positive and spreading will occurs. And if the value of this gamma S is less as compared to these terms, then the value of S will be negative and spreading does not occur. Okay. And after some time, when saturation takes place, then the value of the gamma L plus gamma Ls is larger and the gamma S will be less. So, the value of spreading coefficient will be negative, and this substance does not spread over the surface. It will form globules or form a floating lens. The molecule will coalesce over the surface and it will form a floating lens like shape. Okay. Next is factors affecting spreading coefficient. So, there are two factors, that is polarity and non-polarity. If the greater the polarity of the molecule, then there will be the value of S or the value of spreading coefficient will be more, the value of S will be positive, for example, ethyl alcohol and propionic acid. In case of non-polar substance, the spreading will not occur, the value of S will be negative, for example, liquid petrolatum, and in this case the liquid does not spread over the water. In case of organic acid, the longer the carbon chain decreases the polar character and decreases the spreading coefficient. And if the certain oils, the certain oils can spread over the water because they contain the polar groups such as COOH and OH. So, we can conclude if the polarity is more, the greater will be the value of S and greater will be the spreading coefficient. If there is less polarity, then there will be decrease in the value of S, decrease in the spreading coefficient, and the spreading will not occur. Next is the application of spreading coefficient in the pharmacy. So, the spreading coefficient is applicable in the pharmacy in the absorption of medicament and also in the stabilization of emulsions. Okay. In the case of absorption of medicaments, when we are applying certain creams or lotion on the skin, then it will form a, then it will spread equally, it will form a layer, it will form a film over the skin and it will distribute evenly. So, the spreading coefficient is helpful in the absorption of medicament. Second is stabilization of emulsion. In case of emulsion, the spreading coefficient has also applicable, because in case of emulsion there are two types of liquid, that is oil and liquid, and to make miscible certain agents are added in the emulsion, and that will aid or that will help in the stabilization of the emulsions. Okay. So, this is all about the application of spreading coefficient in the pharmacy. Thank you.